What is up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Just wanted to kind of go over and show you a project I'm going to start on here very soon. What we have behind us here is a 308 AR that I just purchased the upper and lower from Palmetto State Armory, and it has an adjustable gas block on it. But we're going to soup this baby up and see if we can tame a 308 with a arc fire forced reset trigger and a Lahar-30 suppressor. We're going to see if we can get that bad boy tamed and see what we come up with at the end. I'll walk you through all the parts and all the steps as we kind of go along. So hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get started. So as you can see, we have our 308 PSA here. One of the first things we'll be doing is getting rid of the stock flash hider, and we are going to replace that with the Rearden double port brake, and that will attach to our Atlas XL adapter. That's going to be our hub, which we will attach to our Aero Precision Lahar-30 suppressor can that we're going to be running on this. We're also going to be installing the PRI gas buster. That is legendary. And to also give us another leg up, we are going to be utilizing the Odinworks adjustable buffer. We are going to be running a Geisel Spring 42, and we will also be adding a Toolcraft bolt carrier group in there as well too. And with all those parts, oh, and then of course we have the arc fire force reset trigger here we will drop in as well. This rifle already does come with an adjustable gas block, so that was the nice thing about this, is I don't have to add one on or change one out. That should, all these things coupled and combined together will give us, hopefully, fingers crossed, a smooth running suppressed force reset trigger 308, and that is going to be our goal. And we will start walking through this build step by step. A replacement, it's not really a build, but a replacement step by step, showing you how I put everything together. And we'll be doing it video by video. Got our rock set, our alcohol, brake cleaner to break everything down. So let's get started. Alright, so we are going to get the flash hider off of our barrel, to which we will then clean the threads with the alcohol you see right here, this 99% alcohol. And then we will get the Rearden double port brake put on. We got some rock set here, make sure it doesn't back out on us. So let's get this bad boy off. First thing you want to make sure is that do not tighten your barrel just down in a regular vise block. You want to get a gun vise block like this to where it doesn't spin out on you. You don't want to break the index pin, otherwise you're just going to create more work for yourself and delay how much longer it takes to change things out. So let's go ahead and get this. There we go. Just got to get a little crack on it. Get this bad boy off. Make sure you always get rid of these crush washers. If we're going to be running suppressed, you do not use a crush washer. This comes in the back there. Well, you can't see it's this cover, but there's a shim kit that comes with this, and we'll go through the timing this bad boy after a bit. But now that we got this off, we can move on. I want to get right into affixing our XL Atlas adapter into our can, and we're going to do that with our rock set, and we'll get it torqued down to the 25 foot-pounds spec that Aero Precision states it should be at. But you want to make sure you get the threads on these cleaned as well, using alcohol, even a brake cleaner, something like that. And then I'll show you when I apply the rock set. You just want to put it at a little drop at 12 o'clock, little drop at 6 o'clock, and then spin it in there, and then let you know, when you get it torqued down to the 25 foot-pounds, that'll be good. And then once you start firing, just mechanical torque will happen, and that'll make sure you don't it doesn't back out on you. Since we're going to be running this with a forced reset trigger, that is going to create, and suppressed, it is going to create a ton of gas. It's going to create a ton of pressure, and that's what we're going to attempt to overcome with all of our upgrades to this rifle. Which is why I'm going to run this can. The reason why I got the Lahar-30 is I can run this on my AR-15, which I already have the force reset trigger dialed in perfectly. Haven't shot it with the this can here yet, but we will do that, and I'll put a video of that up as well too. And so we want to make sure, since we're going to be creating a lot of heat, you want to make sure that you attach this with Rockset. This stuff will can take temperatures up to 2,000 degrees. We plan on putting this bad boy through hell, literally, and we want to make sure it doesn't back out. So that's why you want to use Rockset, and make sure your threads are completely cleaned with preferably 99% alcohol. Just going to wipe it in there, let it air dry for a second, and then we will put on our Rockset, and then we'll torque it down. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we have our threading all cleared off. We used brake cleaner, got all that cleared off. As you can see, I have laid out a bunch of different shims. And so what you need to do is you need to see, since we're going to tighten it down to 25 foot-pounds, you need to see, you want your top to be straight coming down the barrel when you tighten it. So you need to figure out what shims you're going to need. And it's probably going to be, you know, you want this to be between 10:30 and 11:30, you know, on the back side if you're looking at it from like a clock, so that it'll be top dead center at 12 o'clock when we tighten it down to 25 foot-pounds of torque. So you just got to figure out with your shims. I went through a lot of different scenarios and ended up just being the 0.34 millimeters is what it's going to be for me to get it top dead center. So all I'm going to do now is take a little Rockset, throw some in there, and then we will torque it down to 25 foot-pounds. We got our wrench set down to 25 foot-pounds of torque. So let's get that rocking and rolling here. Now again, same thing as we did with the adapter. You just want to put a little drop in there, a little drop in there, and you should be golden. My wife and kids are now just getting home, so that means I got to quit doing this after this. So as you can see, we're about 10:30 just hand, or about 11:30 just hand tightened. So now we're just going to get our wrench on here. Make sure we got it going the right way. Get that off there. And then we'll check it going down the barrel. I don't know how we're going to be able to see this, but it looks pretty doggone straight. Okay, and that's that. Now we'll just let that cure for 24 hours just like we did on the Atlas adapter. Alright, so I just poured some alcohol onto this rag. I'm just going to stick it in here as such, all the way through. Just clean up all the threads. You want to make sure you get both sides because you are going to be attaching it. The other side actually screws into the brake, so make sure you get all of the threads just completely clean. Cycle it around. Put your finger in there on the other side. Just get everything nice and cleaned up. Then we take the alcohol and we get inside the can. I didn't show you guys, but this is the standard attachment that comes with it, with the Lahar. Came with some tools as well too. I was really impressed. Took forever to get it. You guys know a lot of these things are selling like hotcakes, and some of the stuff is hard to get, which is why, if you're wondering, I didn't really have a choice. I had to get the heat treated one because that's the only thing I could get. They didn't have the black. I was able to get the black brake, which I was happy about, but sometimes you just got to take what you can get, right? Alright, I think that's good enough. So now we are just going to get our rock set all rocked and ready to roll here. And we're just going to put some, like I said, at 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And then we will tighten this bad boy down to 25 foot-pounds of torque. Alright, so we have our Rearden double port brake installed with rock set. We're going to let that cure for 24 hours. We got our Atlas XL adapter attached to the can. We're going to let that cure for 24 hours to all get set up. But at this point now, you can take your suppressor and screw her down, see what she's going to look like. And first thing I see is it really does bother me that I have the heat treated color on there. Black would have been much better, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, I also forgot to mention that we're the cover that we're going to go with for this one, for this can, since we're going to be putting it through hell as we stated earlier. I went ahead and got the Liberty Defense straight jacket suppressor cover. Now these cost a pretty penny. They took me, shoot man, it's like 6 to 7 weeks at least, maybe 8 weeks. They were great. I emailed them after about 5 weeks, and one of the guys emailed me saying, hey, we're behind on a contract, we're going to get it out in the next couple weeks. So they were really great, just keeping me in the loop. Like if you want to order one of these, we're going to test it out and see if it's worth the money. But from all the videos that I've seen, this looks like it's going to be exactly what we need to keep on this can, because it's going to get hot. I live out here in Arizona, so it's already hot, but when we fire a mag dump through the 308, if this thing runs like we're supposed to, it's going to get hot quickly. Even on the AR-15, which we will go out this weekend to Ben Avery and test it, the can on that, and we'll see how good a job this thing does. So anyway, that's that for tonight. So last thing we want to double check, now that we've got this temporarily put on there, you want to use a alignment rod. In this case we have the 308 specifically, and you just want to run this down the barrel, make sure there's no snags. You can see we are running good in the neighborhood. You can also, these are a great investment. I mean, the last thing you want to have is a baffle strike at the end of the day, and that's one way to put you in a better position not to have that happen. But you can also just look down the barrel, take out the bolt carrier group, and just eyeball it the old school way. So we are in good shape. This is shaping up pretty good.